monitor is an output device that looks like a TV. It is used to display information and shows what the user is doing on the computer. The monitor displays information in soft copy. This means that you can see it, but you are not able to touch it. The monitor is the most common output device.
Trinae?
A router is a communication device that takes information from the modem and delivers it to your computer. It determines the next network point that a data packet should be forwarded to.
Sebastian?
The printer is an output device that takes the on the screen into on a sheet of paper. This is known as hard copy. You are able to see it and information, hence it is referred to as hard copy.
Maya?
Speakers are output devices that allow you to hear the sound that is coming from the computer. This sound can be the computer itself, music from a music player, or audio from a video/movie that the user is watching.
Tyler?
A webcam is a video camera that feeds its imaging in real time through the computer. A webcam is an input device.
Amira?
A microphone is an input device that allows you to enter voice input into the computer.
Vache?
A flash drive is a data storage device that uses flash memory. Flash drives come in different shapes and sizes. They are handy because they are small and portable.
You may notice that as the different parts were introduced, you saw words like input and processing and output and storage. Okay, we're going to learn what that is about in a couple minutes. Let's move to page 44. And Unique, please begin reading. Functions of a computer.
Remember that a computer is an electronic device that follows instructions stored in its memory unit. The computer processes data based on these instructions and produces information that can be output or stored for future use. It is important for you to understand the terms data and information. Data is raw facts and figures that are processed by the computer following instructions given to it by the user or program. Data is made up of text, letters, numbers, symbols, images, sound, and video. Data does not have meaning until it is processed. After data is processed, it is then turned into information. Therefore, information is processed data. Here is an example below.
Okay, here at the bottom you have Skittles. You have a glassing, and when it comes out as information, it says after the computer processes and organizes the information, it can be determined that there are 2 blue Skittles, 2 red Skittles, and 10 Skittles altogether. Each computer has 4 main functions that it performs: input, processing, output, and storage. In front of each of these, I want you to number. In front of processes data, a 3 in front of outputs data, and a 4 in front of stores data. We are on page 44 for those who just came in. Inputs data, processes data, outputs data, and stores data. Now these are the 4 steps in the function of a computer. And like when we were reading the pages before, you would notice we have input parts, we have output parts, and we have storage parts. So those parts would come under the different steps in the functions of a computer. Okay? And so as we move ahead now, we're going to deal with each of those steps. Input, processing, output, and storage. We're going to find out what those mean or what happens in those steps and the parts of the computer that are used in those steps. Okay, let's read. Input. Who's the last person to read for me? Unique.
This is when data or instructions are entered into the computer for processing. The data and instructions are given to the computer by the user. An input device is a device that allows the user to enter data or instructions in the computer. Examples of input devices are mouse, joystick, touchpad, keyboard, scanner, digital camera, barcode reader, microphone, and webcam. To name a few, these devices are discussed below.
Okay.
Pointing surface. Okay.
So we're going to come to those. We're going to look at those in a few moments, if not today, next class. Let's move on to processing. And I need Fredia to read for me, please. You need to open your mic, Fredia.
After data is in, I have been entered into the computer then has to process them. This process takes place into the stream inside the stream unit. This is chip known as the Central Processing Unit, CPU. It is the brain of the computer and is responsible for taking the raw data and transforming it into information. The CPU is a processing device. It is made up of a control unit and then interval unit.
Okay, thank you. Let's go back to page 43. Sorry. Let's go back to page 41. Okay, the part that is right to the right of the speaker and above the mouse. What is that part called?
System unit.
System unit. Now, some of you have been calling that the CPU. As of today, I don't want you calling that the CPU. Back to page 47. Do you see that little square part there?
Yes, ma'am.
That is the CPU. And that, along with many other parts, are found in the system unit. So when you call that part the CPU, it's incorrect. All right? The CPU is only one part inside of that unit. Good? Let's go back to 47 now. As a matter of fact, we're now moving on to page 48. and Monte will be reading for us. We're reading under output. Monte is reading. You need to open the mic.
This is when data or instructions are entered into the computer for processing.
You're reading under output on page 48.
Output is the data that has been transformed into a useful form for the user to understand. After the computer is done processing the data then turns into information. This information must then be displayed to the user. Output devices are used to present information for us to see or hear after the computer processes the data. Output devices transfer data out of the computer in the form of text, images, video, or sound. The information can be displayed using monitor, data projector, printer. Information can also come from the computer's speakers or headphones. This information is known as audio. These parts of the computer are referred to as output devices.
Okay. Thank you. I hope you're noting the definition for these terms: input, processing, output, and now we move to storage. And Sydney will be reading for us. Oh, Javon is joining us finally. Just a minute. Hold on a minute. Javon. What happened, Javon? You got kicked off, huh? Javon, you got kicked off, huh? Okay, we are now on page 49, and we're reading under storage. Who did I ask to read? Sydney, right? Go ahead.
Computers have the ability to store data and instructions for instantaneous and future use. You can use your documents, pictures, videos, songs, and even movies. In addition to storing your data, the computer also has internal built-in memory used to store programs and instructions. Storage holds data, instructions, and information for
Instantaneous
instantaneous and future use. A storage device is a device that holds data and information for future use. Storage can be grouped into two categories: primary storage and secondary storage. Primary storage stores data and instructions on a short-term basis, and secondary storage stores data and instructions on a long-term, permanent basis.
Data, information, and instructions can be stored using RAM, random access memory, ROM, read-only memory, the computer's hard drive, main memory, USB flash drives, CDs, and DVDs. For instance, these are known as storage devices, and they will be discussed. Okay. We're now moving to page 51. Javon, please read Why do we use computers? Javon, open your mic, please. Javon, Javon, your mic is mute. Javon, put up your hand. Javon, this boy is not, he's here, but he's not paying attention. Um, Orion, please read. Why do we use computers? Okay. Okay. Could you name some reasons why they're so important? Those other than that's what's in the book here. What comes to your mind first thing?
Doing work,
Yes, you can complete your work.
Messages.
Research.
Okay, Vishay said, Vishay, what did you say?
Research.
Okay. Somebody else answered?
I said long messages.
Okay.
Some for important video calls.
Okay. All right. Who read just now? That was
Orion.
Orion. Okay, Akia. Open the mic. Akia, your mic is mute. Sorry. Akia. Akia, put your hand up, please. So, Akia, you're telling me that you're not following us as we read? Huh? You continuing to read where we stopped last. Okay, I guess you don't want points for participation today. Amber, please read. I need to see your face, Akia. I need to see your face, Amber. We are now on 51. Computers are advantageous for a number of reasons. They will be outlined below. Okay, we have accuracy, we have speed, we will have work for long periods of time, and we have storage. I need Amber, read the first two for me, please. Accuracy and speed.
Accuracy. Computers are very accurate. If errors occur, it is as a result of hardware deficiencies or human error. Speed. Computers are incredibly fast and are able to perform millions of instructions per second. As a result of their speed and accuracy, they are able to perform phenomenal tasks such as scientific research and weather forecasting.
Okay, Akia.
Work for long periods of time. Computers, unlike humans, do not get tired and can work for long periods of time. Do you know that in some cases computers remain powered on constantly? Storage. Computers have the ability to storage huge amount of data and information.
Okay, thank you. So next class, we're going to do a review of what we did so far today, and then we're going to look a little further into the different parts. So I need you now to turn to page 57. Page 57. Okay, on page 57, it says, you are an inventor attempting to create a blueprint for a new computer component or a new computer part or new computer hardware, whichever way you would like to say it. What would be the ideal computer component to invent? Keep in mind that this part does not yet exist. Use your creativity and discuss what the latest computer component should be and inform customers how this device will be sure to include the product name and price. Okay, so this is a project. I have the instructions online. As a matter of fact, I had them there before Christmas, so I have to this week's date on it so you'll be able to see it. I'll do that as soon as school is out today. I will do that because I have another class. But I'm going to explain to you what it is I want from you now. Remember that this is a project and this is 10% of your grade. So you cannot afford to lose any of those points. It's a very easy process. You need to take your time and complete your work properly. You're going to be making up a sign or a poster. And this sign or poster can be anywhere from the size of a single sheet of paper, 8.5 by 11, up to half a chart. I need you to draw a picture of your component that you are thinking about. Make sure you include all the things that are being asked here. You're using your hands. I want to see you where you use your hand in presentation. Not necessarily, you don't necessarily have to write the information, but I need to see at least a paragraph or two with this information that's in the book here. You could type that if you want to and then cut it out and put it on your sign or poster. You're going to put like a border around it. Make sure you have a heading. You're going to use your colors, your crayons, your markers, or whatever else you need to use creatively to present this poster or sign. Okay? Any questions on this? Any questions on this? You invented a computer component. For example, somebody invented the keyboard. A keyboard did not always exist. They invented a keyboard. So if you were the inventor of a keyboard, I would see a picture that you drew of a keyboard on your poster. I'd see where you wrote about, it says, discuss the latest computer component. That means discuss or tell us about the part that you are proposing to invent. You're giving information to customers for them to be interested in purchasing this product. You will say how it works, maybe what the benefits are. You give it a name, and you will give it a price, that kind of stuff. Okay? It's like an advertisement. You remember you did an advertisement for the Bible? It's similar to that. Any other question? Any other question?
When is it due?
I'll give you 2 to 3 weeks to complete it. I'll include the date, the week of the date, for it to be due. Okay? Um, when you notice when I put your assignments up, I put the Friday date. But if you have a class on today is Thursday, that means it will be due to Thursday. All right?
Okay.
Anybody else? Any question?
So you, this is one. You say it's like the same thing we did for Bible.
It's a similar thing, yes. But you're inventing this, you're making it up.
Oh, okay.
Anybody else? Okay, so you could get started brainstorming your ideas now and writing down, jotting down ideas on the page. And that's what you will do until this class is up. So you may begin now. Whatever research you may need to do, or anything of that effect, you could go ahead and use the computer for it. If you have questions, feel free to ask them. Any questions, please put your hand up so that I could address them. If not, yes, Unique.
Excuse me, Ms. Bowden. I just wanted to make sure that the computer component we're making right now, does it have to already exist or we just making it?
No, you're making something up. It's nothing that exists. It clearly states in the instructions that it does not exist.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, then I'll see you guys next class.